Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to do an overview of my experience with shingles. It has been 11 days now and it's finally starting to feel better and more so just like a big old scab is on my body. So I'm thankful for that. I'm glad it's going away and getting better and not getting worse at this point. Also, don't mind my quarantine hairstyle. This is one of the few hairstyles I wear during quarantine. And with shingles, I was not getting ready today. No. Getting into my experience, 11 days ago, I started having a more so just a sensitive skin feeling, sensitive to the touch around my waistband on the right side. Not waistband, just mid torso, so just below the bra line, and it was going from one section of the spine to the next. I didn't really think much of it, just thought something lupus related maybe. Oh no, I had some foods I'm not supposed to eat, maybe it's just reacting. I thought that night if I went to sleep it would go away and it was just from the pressure of my bra. And then going into the next day, I started feeling more burning, just a big burning sensation around that area, and it's quite painful. It's more than just sensitive to the touch, it's starting to actually shock you. And at that point I started thinking, okay, this might be shingles. Once I started figuring it might be shingles and breaking the news to Dave and my mother, I started freaking out a little bit, like, okay, this isn't gonna be fun. I hope it's not shingles. And kept checking for a rash, kept checking, and soon enough, it popped up. As soon as the rash popped up, I decided to call Teladoc, and with Teladoc, the reason why I waited for a rash, even though I had suspicion that it was shingles, is because sometimes they don't just prescribe you medicine if they don't know for sure, and I wanted to make sure there was at least some kind of proof. So I only had a picture of a dot, but I sent that over and he ended up prescribing me a cyclovir. He only gave me 400 milligrams 3 times a day for 5 days. So at first I'm like, okay, cool. He at least prescribed me something, I can get on something. With shingles, you want to make sure you're on something within 72 hours of the rash appearing, and it's going to be most effective for not only decreasing pain, but also lessening the virus replicating itself. So I started on that, and the rash decided to continue to appear, and it happened pretty rapidly. Every day there was more blisters showing up. And this time I had way more than I did the first time when I was 15. I wish I had pictures from when I was 15, and I probably do somewhere, but I have no idea where those would be. But I only had a few blisters, I remember, when I was 15. But I was also on less immunosuppressants at that time, and I was just starting my medications. Right now, I am on 2,000 milligrams of Cellcept a day, and that is definitely not helping the shingles. Day 4 into being on a cyclovir, I only had 1 day left, and the rash was continuing to replicate and form. So I was nervous that I was not on enough medication. Another thing to mention was I was starting to get nerve pain and sensitivity everywhere. So I had it going up my arm where the rash was not, and it was also going up my right leg, or down I should say, all the way to my kneecap, and I had it going under my armpit, mostly there. So for me to have nerve pain just traveling made me worried that I was gonna get some nerve damage. So I decided to call Teladoc that day and see what they had to say now that my rash was more severe. So when I sent in those pics, he decided to put me on 800 milligrams of cyclovir 3 times a day, and he gave me a week's worth. So I'm on that now, and I think that really helped. And he also gave me a weaning dose of steroids. So I just finished the last one today, and that I think really helped with the pain and the nerve issue I was having. So that whole week was pretty miserable. to say the least. I'd say I did a pretty good job getting through it, but it's very uncomfortable. If you've ever had shingles, you know the pain. And actually on my last video, so many of you responded. I wish I could have got back to all of you, but thank you for sharing your story, making me feel less alone and others as well. But it's very painful. It's I don't even know how to explain it. The burning sensation, it kind of feels like a burn where I actually burned myself pretty bad and it's healing, but you can see it was like that. I would say it feels comparable to that in the area, and then you're also getting shocking pains when the blisters are forming, or at least that's what I'm picturing when it's happening. So the shocking pains from the nerves and also the burning sensation. And that went on all the way up until yesterday. So basically 10 days of burning painfulness. I found that what worked best for me is I got the calamine, I'll put it up here. I use this lotion, and Dave would use a cotton swab to put it on my rash every day. I'm thankful for him, because if not, I would have had to do that myself, and that's not easy when it's going all the way to your spine. I'll actually insert some either video or pictures of what the rash looks like on me. This is some video of what it looks like right now. Another thing that helped was just wearing 100% cotton t-shirts. Yesterday on day 10, I started to feel some relief. It was finally not as painful, and it was more so itchy, just getting really, really itchy. So a lot of wanting to itch it. I never touched it once because I do not want any scarring. And also I know that could potentially spread it, just don't want to take a chance. So it's just trying to keep my mind busy while it's itching. And going into today, I completely feel relief. It's more so just a tugging of the skin as if there's a scab there. It's a little irritated by the shirt right now, but nothing that I can't handle. I'm thankful that I got to this point. So that's been my experience with shingles, and it has been quite an eventful one. I am thankful that we are also in quarantine, so I don't have many places to go, and it's not as pressing, and I can also work from home, which I still worked, but I already work part-time, but I had to cut my hours a little bit because it's hard to concentrate when you have shingles. It's quite painful, and some days you feel really nauseous and fatigued, and I experienced that the first 5 days or so. So yeah, you just got to do what you got to do to get yourself better and finally see the light at the end of the tunnel. All right, well, I'm gonna leave it at that. Hopefully once I'm feeling at least 90% better, I can do some more videos and more fun videos, but I wanted to make sure I gave my full experience of shingles. Don't forget to like this video, it helps my channel, subscribe and get notified, and leave some comments below. Continue to share your experiences, and I hope you all are well, and I'll talk to you all soon. Bye!